Hey, what's up everybody? Sorry, I'm just running out to the shop. I thought I'd give you an update on the progress that we got done today. Now that the kids are in bed, it's a quick shot of the muscle truck. Just uninsured her today. As you can see, we are now in the midst of winter. And so there ain't no point having a 500 horsepower rear wheel drive truck with no weight in the back, because it spins. So we got one of the rims almost to the point where we're happy. I'll give you more on that later. That's a whole separate video on that rim. And we got the bumper off. And it is mangled. See that there. And I'm gonna do an intro on how to actually get this bumper off, because I couldn't find any way to do it online really. There was some stuff on the forums, but a nice video I think is always helpful. I thought you had to take the headlights off first, but you don't. Taking them off might help for getting it out slightly, because it loosens things up a little bit, because the bumper does sit right in here, and so loosening this maybe gives you a little bit more play to get it out. But honestly, I don't think it's necessary. But I will go over how to take the headlights off and how to remove the bumper. Okay, so here we go. Over how to actually take it off, because I found it very difficult. There's, well, it's not difficult to do once you know how, but it's not the easiest thing to know how to do. So at first I thought we had to take the headlights off. I don't think you actually have to take the headlights off at all, but it would likely make the job easier just because it gives more flexibility. So the headlights come off with 4 different screws. So there's let's see, there's one here, so this all slides back in. So there's one here, there's one here, and then there's one that holds, you can see down here. This joins up to that, and there's a screw that holds it in there. And then there is another one right down there. That piece, that slides back onto that, and there's a screw that goes in there. So that's that part. The turn signal comes out very easily when this is all back in. You can see that little Phillips screw down there. If you just turn that loose, maybe 3 or 4 turns, that unclamps right here, and the turn signal just is held in by this clamping force of this. It's really quite easy. So you undo that, pull this out, take those 4 screws out, and then this whole assembly just slides out, and it makes it loose, and it gives it more play. Same on the other side, just the opposite. The way the bumper secures itself in is 2 screws in the bottom, and those go through right there and right there. So they go up underneath to secure it in there. And then if you see along this little ridge here, it had these little clips in place here. All of these. You can get a better look at one here. That's what they look like. Those pushed in through these. So once those screws come out in the bottom, and this little one right here goes in through, let's see if I can get a better angle like that, goes in through right That one goes in through right here. This connects through here, which then attaches to this because this is the top of the bumper here. So you take out one there, you take out two on the bottom, one there and one there, and you take out the little push pin clip, and then the entire bumper, you grab a hold and you yank, and that pulls the whole thing off. It's rather disconcerting to do because it seems like you're gonna break the whole thing, but it doesn't. At least it didn't with mine, and that's what the forum said for how to do it. But I couldn't find any good videos on it. Yeah, so that's what you do. You undo those screws and you yank it off. Like I said before, I would loosen the headlights just to make sure that nothing is binding up or in the way, but I don't really see how it would be anyways. It should be a non-issue. Shouldn't even have to really touch the headlights, I don't think. As for refinishing the bumper, so this was the spot of major concern on the front. That corresponds to, that's the bottom of it there. That's what it looks like. So the plan is to fiberglass all of this, sand everything down on this side, and then fill it, Bondo it, sand it, fill it, Bondo it, sand it, fill it, Bondo it, sand it, until it's all nice and smooth and happy. And then hopefully by that point we can find a paint match that doesn't run us too much money. I know we can find a paint match through like I got a buddy that works at a body shop. I know he could get the paint match color, but I think it'd probably be a couple of $100, which is sort of crappy. I did see on one of the videos somebody ordered, you can order a rattle can match paint color, and that's the plan. That's what I would like to do. Even if it was $50 for, you know, a couple of rattle cans, man, that's way better than 300. And I think the turnout will be just as good, especially after you wet sand it after. Like I said, it's not going to be a brand new looking bumper. It's supposed to match the car, and the car is 15 years old. It does look good, but it is 15 years old. So we don't want it to look like the bumper just came out of the showroom.